Hello there and welcome to Nerd.World History, and as I said in my last video, this is a continuation of the Trinovantes story, and we are looking at the different chieftains of that tribe. Before we get started, please like, share, subscribe and comment down below, and also point out this episode is sort of sponsored by me, myself and I, literally all three of them, which are my other channels, Nerd.World, Nerd.World Films and Nerd.World Order. Each channel is quite different, but they're all linked in the description below. Please check them out. You might find something on them you'll like as well, and please like, share, subscribe over there also. And with that said, let's get started on the chieftains that we know about and can give some estimates on dates of the Trinovantes tribe, as this tribe had a lot of contact with the Romans who tended to write stuff down, so we have some information about the various chieftains that ruled over this particular tribe in southeast Britannia. Okay, starting with the earliest chieftain of the Trinovantes that we know about, and up front I'm going to have to apologize for all the bad pronunciations I'm going to make. This is actually the second time I've tried to record this, and the first time the pronunciations were so bad I've actually decided to start again, and I don't actually believe it's going to be much better. But the first one we know about was the chieftain of the Trinovantes during Julius Caesar's first invasion of Britannia in 54 BC. This was Immanetenius. Yeah, that's better than I tried last time. He was chieftain of the Trinovantes, as I said, when the Romans first invaded. He was succeeded by Mandubracus, who was the son of Catuvellauni. The two of them had fled to Gaul and had met with Julius Caesar around this time and had made an alliance with him. When they returned to Britannia, Caesar helped install Mandubracus as chieftain of the Trinovantes in exchange for his fealty. He then warned all the neighbouring tribes that he would be now the leader of the Trinovantes, and if they didn't like it, they'd answer to a Roman legion about it. So basically, this made a nice, happy vassal state, ally of Rome, on British shores around this time period, which was really Caesar's greatest lasting legacy in Britannia from his invasions. It paved the way for the future invasion about 100 years later. Mandubracus would be in charge from approximately 54 to 30 BC. He would be succeeded by another unpronounceable named individual named Adedamaros, I think. This may actually have been two individuals with similar or the same name, but that's a little unclear. This would be from approximately 30 to 20 BC, or possibly 30 to 10 BC. We don't have much information about this individual, but we do know that a little bit later he was responsible for moving the capital of the Trinovantes from Brewring, which is now Herefordshire, to east of the River Lee, and creating the settlement in name and honour of the Celtic god Camulus, which will become Camulodunum, which is now modern-day Colchester. It was also under this individual that a great deal of trade and commerce was created by the tribe, as many of their coins were found in hoards found in other tribal centres and across southern and even a little bit further north in Britannia. Basically, they became a trading powerhouse in southern Britain, possibly due to their connections to continental powers. He was succeeded somewhere around 10 to 15 BC by Tescovanus of the Catuvellauni. It was also noted that around this time, Canti and Catuvellauni coins began being minted in Colchester, although a bit later the Romans would basically turn around to them and force it. Well, we believe it may have been the Romans. It may have been Roman pressure, or possibly an internal revolt, or possibly a combination of the two, but they basically had to restore Trinovante autonomy. My guess would be that it was some pressure from the Romans to restore the Trinovantes to be an independent state and no longer controlled by these two powers. The Canti tribal leader Domnovellius claimed ancestry to Mandubracus as well, meaning that basically the leaders of these two tribes had the same bloodline, meaning they had a claim to each other's throne. After Domnevalius' departure, it would lead to another chieftain in around 5 AD called Diras. We don't really know much about him, but he may have been of Trinovantes origin, or he may have been of Catuvellauni origin. We're not entirely sure. But he did have coins that were minted under him. Around 5 to 9 AD, the Catuvellauni once again went to war with the Trinovantes, and this time fully conquered them, forcing the Trinovantes to become a sub-state or vassal state of the Catuvellauni Empire, for lack of a better term. This is no coincidence that around this time in 9 AD, the Roman legion was completely annihilated in the Teutoburg Forest in Germania. This would have greatly weakened Roman presence and prestige in northern Europe, and likely gave the Catuvellauni the courage to go against whatever instructions they'd been given to leave the Trinovantes alone or face reprisals from Rome. The Catuvellauni would basically hold this territory up until the Roman invasion of 43 AD. We don't have any names for any specific Trinovantes leaders after this time period. It's likely the tribe was directly ruled by Togidubnus and or... oh, this one's hard. Canubolenius. I am going to put these up on the screen for you lot to have a go at pronouncing yourselves. They're hard. I'm so sorry. They're hard to pronounce. Then, around 43 AD, basically the Romans turn up, and the Trinovantes, being friends to Rome, are absorbed or conquered under Emperor Claudius's invasion. The Catuvellauni are driven from Trinovantes territory in these early wars, and it's the Catuvellauni that put most resistance against the Romans, and they are who my next video is actually going to be on, as the tribe is pretty influential, and I've tried to cover all of their little tendrils of what the tribe was doing with all of its neighbours, like the Atrebates and others, before covering that specific tribe itself, as it was probably one of the most warlike tribes in Britannia, and certainly one of the most politically sturdy tribes, and offered up the most resistance to the Romans, with its leaders being the most legendary warriors and figures against Roman invasion. They were the thing that basically held any tribe that was willing to fight against and oppose Rome. They held them together. But in a way, they were also the tribe that gave the Romans the impetus to invade by doing things like this, like invading the Trinovantes against Roman wishes. But that's not to say the Roman invasion would have come regardless. The Catuvellaunis did at least try to create a single front against them. But with that said, we're at the end of this video. If you made it all the way to the end of it, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And of course, check out my other channels, Nerd.World Films, Nerd.World, and Nerd.World Order, which again are all linked in the description below. With all that said, thank you for watching, and bye-bye. Who was the warlord who was... basically, no, fuck me. He was succeeded by Mandubracus. Fuck off.